Oh, he's great.
Like, he's very funny.
He is funny.
He's one of the funniest people I know.
Yeah, he's...
Alrighty.
Okay, well, welcome, and my goodness, I don't even know how much I can commend you for this role, because you were so spectacular, and being a fan of the book, you know you have a vision of somebody when you read a book, and man, you picked Barney like...
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. The whole thing, the physical thing?
The whole thing.
It was a whole thing. You know, I was like, okay, do I have a beard? Is that going to upset people? Because nobody pictures him with a beard. The beard was easier for the makeup, so I was like, I'll have a beard, but that'll piss people off, won't it?
Didn't piss me off.
Okay, good.
No, it totally worked. You know, Paul, does it kind of, you know, this is one of the most revered books in Canada. No,
I know.
And Italy.
No, I know, yeah.
But, so when you were offered the part, or when it came to you, and you were kind of like, a little nervous? Like, you know?
Yeah, I was, actually, about the Canadian thing. I was like, I don't want to piss off Canadians. I really don't want to piss them off.
Because we're good to you.
They're good to me, and they seem, I didn't want to fuck up the Canadian national treasure. I didn't want to screw it up, you know? So I was nervous about that. I still am. I mean, I'm glad people like it.
Yeah.
But it could have gone south really badly.
I'm so sorry. Let me just turn that right. I never bring my...
Is that your thing?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. And I never bring it in here, and for some reason I got caught up talking to Carrie, so I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Please, don't worry about it.
But seriously, you know, a lot of people, not just Canadians, a lot of people are really excited about this film.
Good.
Because it was such a loved book, because Mordecai was such a loved author.
Yeah, yeah.
The anticipation for it is, you know, is it a greater than any other film that you've done before?
Well, it has that pressure on it of being, and here and in Italy too, of being this thing that people revere so much that, yeah, you do feel like you're risking pissing people off, and it's inevitably going to be really different. I mean, the fact that it's set in Italy is really different. I mean, it's just going to be really different, but people seem to be okay with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so where do you start? Like you say, you know, you added the beard to it, but you've got this
That was it. The beard was it. I had the whole thing once I had the beard.
You go off the screenplay and the book, but where does Paul Giamatti come in and say, okay, I'm doing this with this guy?
I want more with the script than the book. I mean, I knew about the book, and I knew what the book was about, and I looked at it. I read it kind of lightly, you know. And then I put it aside, because I was like, because it's different. And then I went with the script. And just the process of that, working on it as a character, had nothing to do with the book. Because, you know, I would have gotten too caught up in stuff that wasn't going to help me. You know, it's so different. And the book is all that, you know, first-person voice going all the time.
Right.
And he's much more unbearable in the book, actually, than he is in the movie.
I was going to say, you did make him more bearable.
Well, yeah, but that also just was inevitable if you're going to take it out and not make it some crazy-ass experimental movie, and you're going to make it, you know, just a more narrative, regular movie, you're going to lose all that stuff, so he will become more bearable.
Yeah. So why is it that this guy, who's a curmudgeon, who has, you know, so many jealous bones in his body, so, like, how does he get all these women?
That's a really good question. It's a really good question. And I think it's the hair. I think I have great hair for half the movie. I think he's a very sort of romantic guy. He's a very decent guy. I think that first woman, there's some sense that he's paternal and protective of her. The second woman, she thinks he's going to be the kind of, you know, hardworking guy, but he's got a little bit more of an edge, so he's appealing. But the last woman, I think, actually sees that he's really this genuinely good, romantic, loving guy underneath it, and he can be more of himself with her, and she's fine with it.
Yeah, and then...
and she likes that. I mean, she sees something about him that the other two, they just are trying to make him into something that he's not.
Well, and he pursues her to, you know, to ends of the earth.
Right,
I mean, how far would you go for a woman?
It depends on the woman. And, you know, I mean, it would be a non-stop thing with me all day long if I were going to do what he does. I'd be taking off every 5 seconds and chasing somebody onto a bus. But I wouldn't go that far, which was part of the reason I like playing the part.
Yeah, yeah. You know? And boy, do you have some fantastic co-stars in this. Let's start right from the beginning with Rochelle Lefebvre.
Yeah, she's great, and that's a really tricky part, and it's so, you have to get that thing in such a burst, and she did it, you know exactly who this woman is the second she starts speaking, and she's great, totally great.
And pretty gorgeous.
Wicked hot, and works out nice for me.
Yeah, tough life. Okay, next,
really
Minnie Driver.
Yeah, you know, same thing, hilarious, really great actress. That's also a really tough part, because she's kind of unbearable, and has to be, you know, but she got to be funny. She can't be this, what he's feeling she is. You got to still see a kind of, you know, fun, light woman and stuff like that. But she's a great actress.
Well, anyone who's picking up other women on the night of you know, your wedding, I'd be a little bit upset.
Yeah, absolutely. No, totally. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know, she's got to play kind of an unbearable person, and she does it really appealing.
Yeah, she's the Jewish princess.
Yeah, she's really appealing, the way she does it.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and you can kind of, in a funny way, see why he does it. You know, you're like, well, fuck it. If you're going to do that, you might as well do it with this woman.
Absolutely. You know? And, of course, Rosamund Pike, who I think is outstanding.
I think she's an amazing actress, actually. When they told me they were thinking about her for the part, I was like, I don't even know why you're looking for anybody else. And so, since I'd seen her in movies and I saw her on stage in London, I'd always wanted to work with her. Yeah. So I was really excited that she played the part.
Did you immediately bond with all these people as you know?
Yeah, sure.
Because it looked like a very close-knit cast, well, just from watching.
We rehearsed a lot, you know, and good actors, too, I think that they connect to each other fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, that's part of being a good actor, and she was amazing that way. She was just completely comfortable and ready to do all the intimate stuff we had to do without any problems.
And then, of course, there's Scott Speedman, who really surprised me in this movie big time.
He's great in it. Yeah. Different kind of thing for him, I guess. Yeah. I wasn't surprised by it. I've known him for a long time, too. Yeah. You know, and he's a really great actor. It's a great part, too. It's a cool part.
Yeah. And you guys, I understand, well, Rochelle was telling me, too, because, you know, you spent a lot of time in Italy together.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be some partying and drinking and pizza parties
going on. Pretty much non-stop partying. It's too bad we had to go to work, you know. Now we had a really good time.
And congratulations, by the way, because the film has been is sold already here at TIFF for distribution in the States.
Yes, I guess it has. Yeah, good.
That's amazing.
That is good.
Because it's, you know...
so it'll actually show up in theaters, which is nice. It is.
But come on, everything you do, I understand. Anything with Paul Giamatti, as far as I'm concerned, assigned to it is gold.
It's gold.
No, I'm not kidding you.
No, God bless you. I appreciate it.
Like, you are such a chameleon. I say this to you every time I talk to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
How do you get into the mindset of all these different things?
Well, it's a good script. If you're lucky if you have a good script. So that, you know, it does all the work for me. And these other actors, they do all the work, man. I just sit there and react to what they do. It's true, though.
And grow a beard.
And I grow a beard. That's the most effort I put into it, is I concentrate on growing a nice, thick beard. That's it. That's all my work has done.
You do mix it up so much between comedy and drama and stuff, but do you find comedy harder than drama?
Much harder, yeah. Especially on film. I think it's a lot harder, because you get no reaction. So, and every time I ever see myself in a comedy, I think I fucked it up. I'm like, I can't seem to do it right. So it's,
You're pissing me off here.
All right, go ahead and hit me. Go ahead and take a shot at me. But
no, it would end up on YouTube. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, that would be good, actually.
That
would be hilarious.
Body punches.
That'd be hilarious. I do find it a lot harder, and I think, you know, guys, the comedians, true comedians, they just know that they're funny. They know they're just technicians, and it's really hard. Really hard.
Yeah, well, no, you do a really good job. So what's next? What are we going to see in next?
I'm doing I did a movie called Win-Win with this guy Tom McCarthy, who did a movie called The Station Agent and The Visitor.
Yes.
I did that.
Amy Ryan's in that as well?
Amy Ryan's in that, yeah, and that's a nice movie. And then I'm going to do a thing called Too Big to Fail, which is about the Goldman Sachs, the collapse of the American economy.
Interesting. We just had Charles Ferguson in here, the documentarian who did the Inside Job.
Yeah. So that's what it's
Check it out.
I will check it out.
You'll need that as your research.
I should check it out, actually. Yeah.
You'll need that as research.
I have to play Ben Bernanke, which will be really interesting.
No. Oh, that's fascinating.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Always a great. And my last question. We're doing a feature on luxury. The word luxury. So when I say to Paul Giamatti, luxurious, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's luxury for you?
A good mattress. Jesus. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Nice firm mattress.
Everybody says sleep. That's
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first thing that comes to my mind is I need a good night's rest. That's all I need.
Well, you keep it up because we want to keep seeing you making things. So,
all right.
Congratulations
Thanks a lot.
on this. And do you mind if we get a photo of you for our